TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast.
Hello, welcome back to the TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast. This week, we're going to be talking about rushing offenses. I made a whole big Excel spreadsheet for it. It's interesting, and it's pretty helpful. I use it every year. So we're going to get into that. One quick thing, if you watched the last episode, some people did. I got like 30 views on. I mean, that's good for me. Leave a comment, and especially if you watched any of the things that any of the links that were in the description, and let me know. Just let me know. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get into this. Okay, so I put the spreadsheet together. Like I said, I do this every year. And basically, it is what happened last year with the rushing offenses. On the left side, as you can see over here, we have all the teams, and they are ranked by the total rushing yards. That's why as you go down, the number just goes lower, and then these are all mixed up. So as you can see, Seattle, Baltimore, the Rams, and as we go down, and Arizona at the bottom. Everybody who drafted David Johnson remembers that fiasco. And he was still a top 10 running back, even though they put up 1,300 yards. And I don't even know how many of those yards were his. But he was still a top 10 running back. Talk about touchdown dependent. And they only had 9 touchdowns total. He probably got 8 of them. So, as you can see, we have... we'll just go through this real quick. If you want, you can screenshot this, cut it, and then print it out, and then go back if you want to use it. If not, go ahead. Don't use it. I don't care. But I use this every year, and I won money last 2 years, so... As you can see, I color code the top 5, and then you can go down, and I put some notes in here, and we'll go over this real quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. You can print it out and look at it for yourself. If you have any comments, questions, this did take me a while, so I would appreciate if you give me a little like on there, throw a comment in there if you got any questions about what happened. These are going to go on, this video is going to go on Facebook on the groups I'm in, which I get some views on. So if anybody in the Facebook groups has a question, let me know. So as you can see, rushing attempts, these guys number 2. They did average 4.8. They were in the top 5 there. Outside of the top 10 in rushing touchdowns, though, their linemen's coming back. They put Iapati in there, but he got hurt. And I like consistency, so I put the coordinator in his second year. Baltimore, they're going to be throwing the ball more, so I expect this to go down a little bit. Jackson had a bunch of yards rushing. I don't see him doing that again. They're going to try and make him throw the ball, and I don't see him getting all those yards, and I don't see them getting this many yards total. The Rams, Gurley's health, that's a problem. They're bringing back some offensive linemen. 2 guys left. Carolina, I like Carolina. They're always in the top 5 in rushing. They're always in the top end of rushing teams. They're 12th in attempts. Number 1 in yards per carry, though. A lot of that has to do with Cam Newton. 6th in right outside of the top 5 with 17 rushing touchdowns. 3 of 5 new linemen. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. There's some consistency with the offensive coordinator. New England, say what you want. They are always in the top 7 or 8. They're always in the top 10. Always in the top 10. Usually up higher, like number 5 right here. 2,000 yards. 3rd in rushing attempts. They're really trying to turn over from Brady. Rushing the ball, which is going to bring his rank down, but it's going to bring Sony Michel up and James White. James White, just due to PPR, was a top running back last year. But they are running the ball more, and that's evidence right there, 3rd. They always average 4 yards a carry, which is 4.3, 17, middle of the road. 18 rushing touchdowns. half of that was Sony Michel, but they did get some other ways. They're bringing back 4 out of 5 running backs, offense coordinator, and a line coach return. That's very good. I give it 2 pluses. New Orleans, Alvin Kamara, even with Ingram out, they still had 2,000 yards. They were 5th in rushing attempts. Again, 4.3. 4.3. Everybody, look, right here, 26 is 4.1. 4.3 is 17. So out of all these, I mean, at least 9 teams are in the 4.3, and as you see right here, so over 4.0 is where you want to be, and the higher you get, the fewer rushing attempts you need to get more yards, which is good, and that's due to the offensive line. I got a lot of this information from from the second magazine I got, which is surprisingly good. I did not expect that to be that good. So they were number 1 in rushing touchdowns with Ingram and Kamara. Offensive coordinators back again, 4 to 5 linemen returning. They're going to need a rookie center. I give that a little plus. Tennessee, they were at the end of the season with Henry going ape shit. That really pushed them up to number 7. I don't think they were. If they would have stayed at the rate they were at, I don't think they would have been in the top 10. 9th, 12th, middle of the pack. Their offensive line got injured a lot. They brought in some rookie offensive linemen, and they have a new offensive coordinator. Houston, again, over 2,000 yards. They're always running the ball, but they're always right in the 4.0 area. Not a lot of rushing touchdowns because they have Watson there throwing the ball all over the place. They can do better. Rookie lineman, Miller, Foreman. I don't know who the hell they're going to get. Miller, it seems to be the guy, but I kind of like Foreman a little bit. Buffalo. Surprising. Who would have thought Buffalo was 9th overall in rushing? I guess the quarterback had a lot to do with that because Shady didn't do much last year. I mean, he wasn't top 10. He had his moments, but they were 6th. They just kept running the ball. Plus, like I said, same thing with Carolina. They get extra rushing attempts to their quarterback, which is the same thing I assume happened here. 4 to 5 new linemen. Their line, I don't know what's going on with their line. They're going to be in flux. I expect this to drop. Dallas, surprisingly, number 10. I thought they'd be higher. They're always higher, especially with Zeke in there. Middle of the room, 4.5, not bad. 12, 13 rushing touchdowns. There should be more. I had Zeke last year. He only had 6 or 7 touchdowns, which is underperforming. I expect him to bounce back from that. Frederick's coming back. I don't know. They have a great line, but the Frederick coming back is up in the air because he had whatever disease he had, it affects the muscles, and you kind of need muscles in football. So we got Chicago in here. They got rid of Howard. They brought in Montgomery. I expect him to take over that. We'll see what happens there. Line injuries, not good. They did get 16 rushing touchdowns, which is 7th, 4.1. They tried to run the ball, 6th overall. Denver, I like them this year due to this. They can run the ball. They don't need as many attempts, 21, to get 12th on the list. And I mean, they were 21st. They ended up 12th because they get a lot of yards per carry. And 18 rushing touchdowns. Who would have thunk it? And they brought Mike Munchak in, who I love. He was with Pittsburgh. He's been with Pittsburgh for a while. 3 to 5 new linemen or injured linemen. I don't like that, but we'll see what Munchak can do. San Fran, 11th in total rushes, 7 rushing touchdowns. They're going to try and bring that up. You know they are. They have a good line. Tevin Coleman coming back. He played for Shanahan, which I like, bringing guys that you know. Running back by committee, who knows. Cleveland, I like Chubb. New coach, new offensive coordinator. I don't know what they're going to do. Hopefully they're going to do a run first. They have Chubb and Hunt. Middle of the road. Chargers, they got Gordon. They did not run the ball as much. They threw the ball a lot. They did have a good yards per carry, and they do score when they get down there with 16 touchdowns, which is 7th overall. They have a good line. They bring back all 5 guys. I love that. They have good depth, and they have Gordon. So this could make a jump up if they want to give Rivers a little bit of a break. He does throw the ball a lot. Kansas City, you don't know what the hell they're going to do. I think they're going to have, they might be doing a run back by committee, which I don't know. They have a good line, and they're bringing back 4 or 5 guys. 4.8 yards per carry, that shows you a good line right there. Because they didn't have Hunt for the last, 4 games or something like that? 6 games? Something, I forget. But they didn't have him, and they just kept on going. 16 rushing touchdowns. They like to run the ball in the end zone. Gotta love it. 23rd in the league in carries, though. We need more of that. Well, with Mahomes in there, do you really need to run the ball? Washington, middle of the road. Not a lot of rushing touchdowns. 20th overall. Their offensive line was decimated last year. They have a rookie quarterback. Who knows what's going to happen there? And running backs. Both their running backs have injury histories. Peterson's old, and Geisler's hurt all last year. Miami. I thought they'd be farther down, but they're not. They didn't run the ball that much. They did have a good yards per carry, which surprised me. Not a lot of rushing touchdowns, though. I think that's why. You never heard them getting into the end zone by running the ball. Only 7 times. They have new linemen, who knows? Rookie linemen, who knows? New quarterback, a new coach, who knows? I expect this to drop. I don't expect them to be at number 18 in total rushing yards next year. Jacksonville, like I said before, you got Fournette in there. Not the smartest guy in the world. They tried to run the ball. They ended up with 4 yards a carry, which is 26th out of 32 teams. Not great. I do like the 4. Getting over 4 yards a carry is good, but not great. And they didn't run the ball that much in the end zone when they got down there. They tried to throw it. They didn't score that much, so what the hell? Lineman injuries, rookie lineman coming in, who knows? New offensive line, new coach, who knows? Indy, 20th overall, 17th rushing, 21st in yards per carry. For two, like it over 4.0. 13 rushing touchdowns. That was Marlon Mack. He had a pretty good year last year, improving line consistently. I like that. I love the guys that brought in there, especially Nelson last year. Second year head coach. I like consistency, which gives them a plus right there. Cincinnati, 26th in rushing attempts, 7th in overall yards per carry, 4.7. 4.5 is really good. 13 rushing touchdowns. Again, meh. Injuries, rookie lineman, who knows? You got a new coach, who knows? I don't know what's going to go on there. I mean, you have the running back there. I forget his name. He had a good year, though. He was top 10 running backs. Green Bay, 100 yards a game, roughly, 67. Last in the league. Did not run it. We're throwing the ball. We're not running the ball. And now we got a new coach. We don't know what you're going to do. But look at that. 2nd overall in yards per attempt. Not bad. 14 rushing touchdowns. They have a good line. Jones gets injured. We got a new coach. Who knows what they're going to do there? I mean, you got Rodgers there. You know they're going to throw the ball. But this gives me hope for Jones if you're going to draft him, or Williams if you're going to grab the handcuff. But I think Jones is the better of the two, even though he did get injured last year. Let's move it down a little bit. So we've got Detroit coming in, roughly 100 yards a game. They tried to run the ball a little bit. They were 18th, 404, 4.1 yards per carry. That's 26. 11 touchdowns. A little surprising, being that they never had a 100-yard rusher in 100 years? And then they had Kerryon Johnson last year, who I did like because he caught the ball and he ran the ball. He showed he was a good guy if you gave him the opportunity, but he got hurt. That wasn't good. 4 out of 5 linemen return. That's good. Like I said, Johnson got injured. Second-year coach, consistency. That's a thumbs up for me. The Giants, for having Saquon Barkley, they were 24th in the league in rushing. He got all the carries, all the rushes. I think Gallman got like two carries. 29th in the league in rushing, not running the ball that much, but 4.7 yards per carry. Pretty good. A lot of that was Barkley. 13 rushing touchdowns. Barkley probably had at least 10 of them. I forget. I don't have it right in front of me, but how many he had, but he had at least 10. 2 new linemen. Who knows what's going to happen? Barkley being there is a plus. Oakland, another roughly 100 yards a game. 23rd in the league in carries. 4.2, 21, 21st. 9 touchdowns, not running the ball. They have new linemen. Who knows what's going to happen? Gruden's there again, pushing his agenda. And Jacobs being there is a plus. This could go up to 16. We'll push them up like halfway. They could be up or hanging around here if they can really get things going. The Jets, again, 100 yards a game. Right in the middle of the pack, right in the wheelhouse, 410, 16th overall. That's 4 yards a carry. It's 29th in the league. That needs to get better. 11 rushing touchdowns. That needs to get better. And Bell is not a guy who gets, he puts up tons of points. He was always a top 3 running back, but he never gets double-digit touchdowns. He's not a double-digit touchdown guy. So him being there, I don't think he's going to help this that much. New coach, new offense. Who knows what's going to happen? Bell being there is a plus. New lineman from the Pats. I like taking from teams in your division, making yourself better. Atlanta, number 27, less than 100 yards a game we're getting here. 30th overall in rushing attempts. 4.5 yards a carry, though. Not bad. With guys like Ito Smith in there. Not bad at all. 11 rushing touchdowns. That's 23rd. 2 out of the 5 linemen played 16 games. Matthews and Mack played all their games. The rest of the team was off. The rest of the line was a total nightmare. Freeman injured all the time. So no wonder they're 27th. Philly. Less than 100 yards a game. They made a lot of. They went out and drafted a guy. They got Sanders and they picked up Howard free agency wise. So they knew they have a problem there. Expect to see better things. Not a 28th overall rushing yardage number this year. They tried to run the ball a little bit. 20th. 3.9 yards carried. Not going to get it done. 12 rushing touchdowns. Not great. Not great. They have a good line. That's what's the surprising thing about this. They have a good line. I know Peter's getting old, but they already drafted his replacement. Running back by committee, are they going to do that? I don't know. Wentz getting injured is the biggest thing about that. If he gets injured, you got to get something filled in there. Forget it. I don't care who you got back there. They're going to stack the box, and you're fucked. All your running backs for Philly are fucked. 29, Tampa Bay. 15-23. Nah, it's not great at all. 389 attempts. That's 22nd. They tried to run, just couldn't do it. 3.9 yards carry, just like Philly. 11 rushing touchdowns. They have a good line. They got Arians in there. Is he going to be able to work with this team? It basically comes back from the, it starts at the quarterback, which Winston, if you've seen any of my videos from prior seasons, I never liked this guy. He makes bad decisions and he's not accurate. 2 things you cannot have is Arians the quarterback whisperer, like they call him. For this guy, I don't know. Those are 2 big things you cannot have. Running back by committee, who knows? Peyton Barber and Jones. I don't know if either. I'd take Jones over Barber anyway. I'm just not sold on Barber. Minnesota. The thing about Minnesota last year was they were 2nd overall in rushing attempts the year before. I picked Dalvin Cook in one of my leagues as my 2nd running back. I was like, wait, if he can avoid injury, we're on top of the world. He couldn't avoid injury, number one. And secondly, I didn't realize that the guy they brought in, which is the guy from Philly, who threw the ball all over the place the year before, brought in a new quarterback and threw the ball all over the place in Minnesota. They ended up firing him. As soon as they fired him, they started running the ball again. So it could be good for them. This could be something that jumps up. But is Cook going to stay healthy? Cook's injuries. They have a rookie running back. They have the guy that got in there in case this guy gets hurt. Montgomery, I think. Is that his name? Singletary? I forget. The rookie running back from Minnesota. Just look him up. The running uptake after the offensive coordinator got fired is a plus. I think you're going to stick with that. Pittsburgh at 31st. This was surprising for me. 14-45. They ran the ball. I mean, they did throw the ball all over the place last year. 31st in the league, 345 carry attempts, 4.2 yards per carry, which isn't bad. 16 rushing touchdowns, though. They did run the ball when they got down to the goal line, which I like. They do have a good line. Their offensive line was promoted from within. I like the consistency there. It's still a little up in the air, but I do like the consistency. And Connor got injured late in the season last year. I don't think that's going to be an issue this year. I hope not, because I'm going to probably have him up there pretty high. Of all the magazines I've read, he's up there pretty high, and I'll probably have him up there pretty high too. And last but not least, Arizona, 13-42. They didn't try to run the ball. They didn't run the ball well when they did run it, and they couldn't score touchdowns when they ran the ball. They have a bad line. That's obvious. They have a rookie quarterback coming in, a rookie coach coming in. The only plus here is Johnson. So the Excel spreadsheet did take a little while. I would appreciate it if you guys can just give me a like. It takes 2 seconds. Just press the little button for like. Leave me a comment. Do whatever you want. I appreciate it. I enjoy doing this, and I hope you get some information out of it. One of the cringiest commercials you will find on TV is this Humira commercial with the little kid band in there. It is so awful. I have 3 issues I'm just going to go over real quick. I mean, this is why I watch YouTube. I can't stand the commercials anymore. It's all the same shit. Number 1, why is this band so multicultural? Why do they need a multicultural band to sell you a drug? Why do you need a black drummer and an Asian bass player, whatever he's doing? You got the other girl in there. You got the main girl, can't stop shitting her pants. And the little cucked out soy boy guy sitting there with his little glasses. Come on, what? You know that it's a commercial. All these people are actors, and they put them in there. I've never seen a band that multicultural in my life. Maybe No Doubt when it was like back in the day when they had the Indian guy that the hot girl was dating. But I don't even remember. Hootie and the Blowfish, that's one guy. I can deal with, like, it's more realistic if it's just like one, like a black guy lead singing or something like that. But when they make it like that, you know it's total bullshit. You know they're trying to just sell you on the multiculturalism, and it's so annoying. I don't need to say it. Number 2, why do they want this girl? They couldn't get anyone else to be the lead singer except this girl can't stop shitting her pants.
And into his underwear.
Like, really? That's the problem with this girl. They say it at the beginning of the commercial. This is so ridiculous. I mean, why couldn't they get someone else on there who can't stop shitting your pants on stage?
I got a fever, but it's under control.
I mean, isn't that going to be a problem at some point? Don't you think? So ridiculous. And the songs they sing. There are 2 parts in this commercial, and I'm going to play real quick, that they're actually singing. And listen to the lyrics. There are no lyrics.
And many achieved remission in as little as 4 weeks.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious sometimes if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your gastroenterologist.
It's just, they just put them out there to do that and to show that how woke they are. This is why I don't watch TV anymore. This is why I watch YouTube. So that's their song, and they're selling out. They're selling out the amphitheaters and fucking Woodstocks and all this. This is such bullshit. It is so cringy. It makes me want to fucking vomit. And aren't they worried about this girl like flicking shit in the audience if it starts running down her leg? Don't they care about that? Don't they care about feces in the audience? I guess not. Her and her fucking Princess Leia haircut on stage. So awful. So stupid. That's it. That's just something I just really can't stand. So that's it for the show. We're going to get back to you next week. We're going to do passing offenses from last year, and I'm going to do another Excel spreadsheet for you for that. And that's it. Enjoy your week. I love you guys. Everybody who listens to me, God bless you. I'll see you next week. Goodbye. Hey, thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow TalkMan Radio on Facebook and Twitter, and kill that like button and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, everyone's team sucks but mine.